In this class, now I explain you allied angles from trigonometry. First, let us see the definition of allied angles. See here 90 minus theta comma theta. Here 180 degrees minus theta comma theta, like 270 degrees minus theta comma theta, 360 degrees comma minus theta comma theta. See, these pairs are known as allied angles. Actually, the definition of allied angles is if the sum of any two angles is multiple of 90 degrees, then such angles are known as allied angles. Okay, if the sum of any two angles is equal to multiple of 90, then such a pair of angles are known as allied angles. Now let us observe this pair. If you add them, you are getting result as 90. Hence, this pair is known as allied angles. So go here, add them, minus theta plus theta cancel. So 180. 180 is a multiple of 90, no? Hence, this pair of angles are known as allied angles. In the same way, add them, 270 is a multiple of 90. Add them, 360. 360 is also multiple of 90. Hence, this pair of angles are known as allied angles. Now, I am going to define this trigonometric ratios at these angles. Okay. So, for that, here we have to remember some points. See the first point. So, as you know, in the first quadrant, all the trigonometric ratios are positive. So, when we go to the second quadrant, in which sine and whose reciprocal ratio cosecant are positive, remaining all are negative. Similarly, in the third quadrant, tan and whose reciprocal cot are positive, remaining all are negative. And when we go to the fourth quadrant, in which cos and whose reciprocal secant are positive, remaining all are negative. Okay, but in this class now I want to give you the clarity why all the ratios are positive in the first quadrant and why all the ratios are sine and cos are positive, remaining all are negative in second quadrant. And in the same way, third quadrant, tan and cot are positive, remaining all are negative. The fourth quadrant, secant and whose reciprocal cos are positive, remaining all are negative. Now I will give you the clarity. Later on, I will go for that definitions. Okay, right. Now, see, observe this Cartesian plane, or you can call it as xy plane. This is origin. If an angle belongs to quadrant 1, so usually we take the right angle triangle like this. Okay. Now measure angle in the in anti-clockwise direction. Let it be some angle theta. Okay. You know, in the first quadrant, it is bounded by positive x-axis, positive y-axis. So that, okay. So suppose if you take sine theta is equal to 3 by 5. Now represent this information on this right angle triangle. Here we have taken theta. Now here this will be 3 and hypotenuse is 5. Now let it be OAB, name of the triangle. Apply the Pythagoras theorem so that you will get OL length will be 4. Okay. Now define all that 6 trigonometric ratios. Sine 3 by 5, cos 4 by 5, tan 3 by 4, and whose reciprocals cosecant, secant, cot are also positive, because here x-axis is positive, y-axis is positive, so that this x value and this y value, so both are positive. Obviously this hypotenuse is positive. So, okay, so that here we have got all the ratios are positive. Okay, right. Similarly, go to the second quadrant. Second quadrant. So if an angle belongs to second quadrant, as you know, so you have to take the right angle triangle like this, and here take angle here, and same. Okay, find all other ratios if an angle theta belongs to quadrant 2. Here sin theta is 3 by 5 given, and asking us to find remaining all other ratios means what do we do? So see, represent this information on this right angle triangle 3, 5. Now apply the Pythagoras theorem. So with respect to this theta, this is opposite, this is hypotenuse. Now adjacent you do not know. So apply the Pythagoras theorem so that you will get here adjacent as 4, but here it is negative, it is there along with the negative axis, no? Negative x-axis, hence it should be written as -4. Okay? Right. Now define all of them. Sine opposite by hypotenuse. Okay? So positive. And whose reciprocal? Hypotenuse by opposite, positive. And if you define cos, -4 by 5, negative. And whose reciprocal secant? 5 by -4, negative. Similarly, tan 3 by -4, negative. And whose reciprocal? Cot, -4 by 3. So except sine and cosecant, remaining 4 ratios we got negative. Hence, in the second quadrant, sine and cosec are positive, remaining all are negative. Right. Now let us go to the quadrant 3. So in the quadrant 3, so take the right angle triangle like this. So suppose if I give you tan theta is equal to okay, right, so 12 by take 5. Okay, theta belongs to quadrant 3. Okay, then define all other ratios. This is a question. Tan theta is equal to 12 by 5 is given, and they are saying that theta belongs to third quadrant. Okay, they mentioned in the problem, and they are asking us to find remaining all other ratios. So here tan theta is positive. Okay, 12 by 5 is given. Now go to the third quadrant and take here, if an angle belongs to third quadrant, you would have to draw the right angle triangle like this. Okay, right. With respect to this okay, angle theta, what is the opposite? This side is opposite, this is adjacent. But what is given? 12 by 5. Here 12, here it is 5. But see students, it is there along with the negative x-axis. Hence it should be written -5. Here it is there along with the y-axis. Hence it should be written -5. But in the given one, tan theta is equal to -12 by -5 given. Because actually minus minus cancelled. 12 by 5 is given. But when you come to this diagram, you have to represent here -12 by -5. Okay, now apply the Pythagoras theorem so that you will get hypotenuse 13. Okay, right. Now define all of them. Sin theta opposite by hypotenuse. So -12 by 13, negative. Sin negative, and whose reciprocal? 13 by -12, negative. And cos -5 by -13, negative. Whose reciprocal? Secant also negative. And let us go to the tan. This by this, negative negative cancel, 12 by 5, positive will come. And cot also, this by this, positive. Okay na? So what you are observing here, tan and cot are positive, remaining all are negative. Hence, okay, next, if angle belongs to fourth quadrant, then now you have to take the right angle triangle like this. Okay, this is O. Let us take this PQ, name of the triangle. So now take here any angle, either theta or alpha. Okay, now same, cos theta is equal to, okay, okay, right, what do you take? So 6 by 10. Otherwise, take 3 by 5. One positive is given and they are saying that theta belongs to quadrant 4. And okay, define all other ratios means what do? You have to come to the fourth quadrant and you have to take the right angle triangle like this, and your adjacent is 3 and a hypotenuse is 5. Then what about opposite? Not plus 4, minus 4 you have to write, because they said theta belongs to fourth quadrant. Now do you find all of them? Sine of minus 4 by 5 positive, and whose reciprocal? Sorry, minus 4 by 5 negative. So similarly, whose reciprocal? Cosec negative, and tan minus 4 by 3 negative, and whose reciprocal? 3 by minus 4 negative. Then what is positive? Cos 3 by 5 positive, and whose reciprocal? 5 by 3 positive. So what you are getting from the fourth quadrant? Cos and whose reciprocal? Secant are positive, remaining all are negative. Okay. So I hope you have understood why all the ratios are positive in the first quadrant, and in the second quadrant sine and whose reciprocal? Cosec are positive, remaining all are negative. And in the third quadrant tan and cot are positive, remaining all are negative. When we go to the fourth quadrant, cos and whose reciprocal secant are positive, remaining all are negative. So even all the faculties they say as all silver teacups, easy to remember, in which all are positive. Here silver means that word begins with S. Then which trigonometric ratio begins with S? Sine and whose reciprocal? Cos are positive. Sine and whose reciprocal? Cosec are positive. Remaining all are negative in the second quadrant. And go to the third quadrant. All silver T. T means that word begins with T. Then which trigonometric ratio begins with T? Tan. And whose reciprocal? Cot are positive. Remaining all are negative. The last quadrant, fourth quadrant, all silver tea cups. Cups begins with C. Then which trigonometric ratio begins with C? Cos. And whose reciprocal? Secant are positive. Remaining all are negative. But in my class, I say all students take care. All students take care. Okay? All are positive. Students begins with S. Sine and cosec are positive. And go to the third quadrant. Take begins with T. Tan and cot are positive. Go to the fourth quadrant. Care begins with C. Cos and secant are positive. Remaining all are negative. So to understand this allied angles concept, you must know. Okay. So this information. Okay. Hereafter, you would have to remember two more points. So the 2 points I will write on the board. Observe me. See, in the before defining this trigonometric ratios at allied angles, so you have to note down these 2 points. See, at even multiples of 90 degrees, ratios will not change. In the transformation, no changes will come in the ratios. Ratios will not change, or no changes will come in its ratios. What are even multiples of 90? Like when you multiply 90 with 2, 90 with 4, 90 with even numbers. 92 is 180 degrees, 94 is 360 degrees, 96 is 540 degrees. Okay, so these are called even multiples of 90, because we are multiplying 90 degrees with even numbers. Hence these will be called even multiples. At this particular angles, this no changes will come in the ratios. Sine will come sine only, cos will come cos only, tan will come tan, cosec will come cosec, secant will come secant, cot will come cot only. Right. But at even odd multiples of 90, at odd multiples 90 degrees. So ratios will change as sine will transform as cos, cos will transform as sine, and tan will transform as cot, cot will transform as tan, and secant will transform as cosec, cosec will transform as secant, where this transformation occurs at odd multiples of 90. What are odd multiples of 90? So you have to multiply 90 with odd numbers like 1, 3, 5 and so on. If you multiply 90 with 1, so you will get 90 degrees. When you multiply 90 with 3, 270 degrees. When you multiply 90 with 5, you will get 450 degrees and so on. So at those angles, this ratios will transform like this. Sine will come as cos, tan will come as cot, and cos will come as sine, cot will come as tan. Okay, secant will transform as cosec, cosec will transform as secant. These 2 points are very, very, very important. Okay, now let us go to the definitions. Right, students, see here, sine 90 degrees minus theta, cos 90 degrees minus theta, tan 90 degrees minus theta, now which is equal to cosec 90 degrees minus theta, secant 90 degrees minus theta, cot 90 degrees minus theta. How it will change? See, answer to this question. See, 90 minus theta. Before that, sine is there. We are defining sine with respect to this angle. 90 degrees. Is that 90 degrees is a odd multiples of 90 or even multiples? Odd multiple, because 90 into 1 is equal to 90, no? Hence it is odd multiple. Hence, as I said to you, sine will transform as cos. Your angle is theta. Okay? Now tell me, 90 minus, observe this. This is Cartesian plane. As you know, if an angle belongs to first quadrant, theta will be 0 to 90 degrees. In the second quadrant, more than 90, less than 180. In the third quadrant, more than 180, less than 270. In the fourth quadrant, more than 270, less than 360. Here 90 minus is there. You have to move from here to here. 90 minus means you have to come back. 90 minus means from here to here, this measure of an angle 90. If you subtract minus, it belongs to the quadrant 1. Okay, right. So observe that 90 minus means you have to conclude as this 90 minus theta belongs to quadrant 1. As you know, in quadrant 1 all the ratios are positive. Okay, so here 90 minus sine of 90 minus theta equal to cos theta. Whether it is positive or negative means it based on this angle. Okay na? So here in the transformation the sine changed as cos, but don't to consider this angle amma for the sine. Okay, see this sine. How it is in the first quadrant with respect to this angle. Okay, so in the first quadrant all are positive, no? Obviously sine is positive. Here, right place. Okay, actually in the transformation sine changed as cos, but while coming to the sine, don't see this result, see the given ratio. So how does it in the first quadrant? Positive. Okay now, right, similarly come here. 90 is a odd multiple of 90, hence cos will change as sine. Your angle is theta, and hereafter you have to think about this sine. For the sine, don't consider this changed ratio. Observe the given ratio. How is the given ratio in the first quadrant? Positive. So here if it is positive, plus no need to write. Okay. Nothing is means you have to treat it as plus. Now go to the tan. Tan will transform as cot. Why cot? Because 90 is there. It is a odd multiple of 90. Hence tan will come as cot. Angle is theta. Okay. So hereafter think about whose sign. Is this positive or negative? Absolutely it is positive because angle is there in the first quadrant. So in the first quadrant, as you know, tan is positive. Okay. Right. Don't see this changed ratio. Observe the given ratio for the sign. That is very important. There many students makes mistake. Okay. Right. Now let us go to the cosecant. Cosec will transform as secant. Angle is theta. So in the first quadrant, here we observe 90 minus means it belongs to the first quadrant. In first quadrant, cosec is positive. Right. Let us go to this. So secant will change as cosec. Angle is theta. So it belongs to first quadrant. In the first quadrant, secant is positive. Cot, tan, angle is theta. Okay now. So now, what about this cot? In the first quadrant, positive. So all are positive because 90 minus theta belongs to the first quadrant. Okay, for the sign, don't see the results. This transformed ratio. See the given ratio. So sin is positive in the first quadrant, so that I kept here plus. Cos is positive in the first quadrant, I kept plus. Similarly all. I hope you have understood this. If you have understood this, then rest of them easy. Okay. Now let us go to the 90 plus. 90 plus. For 90 plus, what do you do? Okay, you know, at odd multiples, 90 is a odd multiple, no? Hence, sin will change as cos, cos will change as sin, tan, cot, cosec, secant, secant, cosec, cot, tan. Okay, fine. Because odd multiple of 90. So, ratios will transform. Sin will come as cos, cos as sin. Tan, cot, cot, tan. Cosec, secant, secant, cot. At odd multiples of 90. Because here given angle is odd multiple of 90. So you change the ratios. Okay, fine. Hereafter you can think about sine. Okay, for the sine, what do? You have to consider the angle. 90 plus given. See here. From here to here, 90 covered. Plus means you have to go into the next quadrant. Minus means you have to come back. Okay, now 90 minus means it belongs to this quadrant. Previous one. Here 90 plus is given. So means you have to go into the second quadrant. 90 plus means it belongs to quadrant 2. You know, in the quadrant 2 which are positive? Sine and whose reciprocal cosec are positive. Remaining all are negative. See this and keep here minus sign. Don't see this changed ratio. See the given ratio. Cos is negative, so that I kept here minus. Tan is negative in the second quadrant. I kept to minus. Secant minus. Cot minus. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Okay, now let us go to sine 180 minus theta. 180 degrees minus theta, and cos 180 degrees minus theta, tan 180 degrees minus theta. Similarly, cosec 180 degrees minus theta, secant 180 degrees minus theta, and cot 180 degrees minus theta. Okay, fine. Now same, however we have answered to the previous two cases, the same manner you people have to answer the 6 ratios. Now see the angle, 180 degrees is given. 180 is a what kind of multiple of 90? Even or odd? Even, because 92s are no, 2 is an even number, no, hence 180 is a even multiple of 90. Okay, so at even multiples of 90, as we have learned, ratios, no changes will come in the ratios, no, so that sine will come as sine only, angle is theta. So cos will come as cos only, angle is theta. Tan will come as tan, angle is theta. Now cosec will come as cosec only, angle theta. Secant will come as secant, angle theta. Cot will come as cot only, angle is theta. No changes has come in its ratios, but sign will change because 180 minus. 180 minus means what you people have to do? So, see here, start from here. You have covered 180 degrees angle, but minus given means it belongs to the quadrant 2 only. Quadrant 2, 180. Where does it belong? It belongs to the quadrant 2. From here to here it is 180. 180 minus means you have to come back. Okay, now which belongs to the quadrant 2. Observe that point. Okay, so in the second quadrant we confirmed 180 minus theta which belongs to the quadrant 2. In quadrant 2 which are positive? Tell me. Sine and cosec are positive. Remaining all are negative. What about cos? Negative. So that I am writing here minus. Tan negative. Here minus. Secant minus. Cot minus. Okay. I hope you have understood this. Okay. Now let us go to the 180 plus. 180 plus. Put here plus, 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 plus. Then how you have to answer to this question? 180 plus. 180 is the even multiple of 90. So that in the transformation no changes will come in its ratio. Okay, as it is will come. But think about sign. 180 plus. Just now we have seen 180 covered. And plus means it belongs to the next quadrant. And next quadrant is what? Third quadrant. So that confirm 180 minus theta belongs to third quadrant. In the third quadrant, tan and cot are positive. Tan and cot are positive. 180 plus belongs to third quadrant. In the third quadrant, as we know, tan and cot are positive. Remaining all are negative. Okay, right. Now let us go to 270 minus theta, 270 plus theta. So sine of 270 degrees minus theta, cos of 270 degrees minus theta, tan of 270 degrees minus theta, which is equal to cosec of 270 degrees plus theta, secant of 270 degrees plus theta, cot of 270 degrees plus theta. Now see students, 270 is a what kind of multiple of 90? Even or odd? Odd, because 93 is a 270. 3 is an odd number, no? Hence 270 is the odd multiple of 90. Okay, now write. At odd multiples of 90, sine will transform as cos, angle is theta. Cos will transform as secant, angle is theta. Tan will transform as cot, your angle is theta. Your cosec will come as, secant, angle is theta. Secant will come as cosec, angle is theta. Cot will come as tan, angle is theta. Hereafter, think about whose sine. So 270 means come like this. How much angle rotated by you, covered by you? 270. Minus is given. Minus means which belongs to third quadrant. Confirm this angle. 270 minus, from here to here 270. Minus means third quadrant, no? In the third quadrant, okay, which are positive? Tan and cot are positive. Remaining all are negative. So here cos is negative, sine is negative, negative, negative. As I said to you, don't see the transformed ratio. See the given ratios for sine, whether it is plus or minus. To confirm that, you have to consider the given ratios, not transformed ratios. Okay? So we confirmed 270 minus theta belongs to third quadrant. In third quadrant, tan and cot are positive. Remaining all are negative. Okay? Similarly, plus Plus means what do you say? Plus. Okay, fine. 270 odd multiple. Hence ratios have changed. 270 plus theta means which belongs to fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, cos and secant are positive. Remaining all are negative. Okay, these two are positive. Remaining all are negative. Note this point. Okay. Similarly, 360 minus theta, 360 plus theta. So, sine of 360 degrees minus theta, cos of 360 degrees minus theta, tan of 360 degrees minus theta. Similarly, cosec of 360 degrees minus theta, secant of 360 degrees minus theta, and cot of 360 degrees minus theta. Okay, fine. Hereafter, now tell me, okay, here 360 is a what kind of multiple of 90? Even or odd? Even, because 94 4 is an even number, so that no changes will come in the ratios in the transformation. Okay, right. Now sine will come as sine only. Here angle is theta. Cos will come as cos only. Angle is theta. Tan will come as tan only. Angle is theta. Cosec will come as cosec only. Angle is theta. Secant will come as secant only. Angle is theta. Cot will come as cot only. Angle is theta. Hereafter, students, you have to think for the sine. 360 minus means you know x dash, y dash. So here one rotation is completed. Means 360 covered by us, no? Now 360 minus theta. Minus theta means which belongs to the fourth quadrant, because we are subtracting from 360 means that belongs to the fourth quadrant. Okay, confirm that angle. It belongs to the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, which are positive? So cos and secant are positive. Rest of them negative. Rest of them negative. Okay. Right. Now let us go to the plus. Plus means one rotation is completed and we are adding something to it, means it goes to the first quadrant. In first quadrant, all are positive. So all are positive. Okay. I hope you have understood this transformation, how these ratios have changed. Okay. If you have understood this concept, now okay, you can able to answer to some questions. Okay, now let us see a few questions. Okay, how does it work? Okay, right, now see. Now I am asking you to find sine of 1050 degrees. Okay, at this angle, what is now define sine? How much will be the result? Sine 1050 degrees equal to how much? You know, you defined this 6 ratios at some standard angles: 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45, 60, 90. Okay, at that particular values you know. But if they give us sine of 1050 degrees, how we have to answer to this questions? Okay, so to answer this kind of questions, we use that allied angles concept. Okay, now let us see. 1050 degrees. First step you have to divide with 90. Okay, 90 ones are 90. Now 105 minus 90, which gives 15. Your angle is, okay, here copy 0. Now again 90 ones are 90. Remainder is 60. Okay, now come back here. Sine of 1050. Here dividend. You know, division rule. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Divisor into quotient plus remainder is 60 degrees. So this 1050 you have to split like this. Okay, how I have split this? With the help of this division. Okay, now dividend. In place of that, divisor into quotient plus remainder I wrote. Hereafter, see here, 90 into 11. We are multiplying 90 degrees with 11. 11 is an odd number, no? As I said to you, at odd numbers, at odd multiples of 90, sine will transform as cos. Angle is 60 degrees. Okay, fine. Next you have to think for the sign, whether it is positive or negative. Okay, for that what you need to do? See here, you have to check the quadrant in which this 1050 belongs. 1050 belongs to which quadrant? How do you test? See here, how many 90s are there? 11 90s. Now come like this. How many 90s covered? 4 90s. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you complete one rotation, then we rotate 4 90s. We complete 4 90s here. Actually, this is one rotation. One rotation means 4 90s. Again, come like this. 2 rotations completed means 8 90s. 9, 10, 11. Okay, na? 1 rotation, 2 rotation, 8 90s, 9, 10, 11. Plus given or minus given here? Plus. 11 90s over. Plus means it belongs to the next quadrant. That is 4th quadrant. Minus means back quadrant. That is Q3. Plus given. So that this belongs to the 4th quadrant. In 4th quadrant, don't see this transform ratio. See the given ratio. Obvious the sign in the 4th quadrant. Negative, no? Right here, minus. You know, cos 60 is 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2. Okay? Sin 1050 degrees is how much? Minus 1 by 2. Actually, to answer this kind of questions, we use that allied angles concept. Right. Similarly, let us see few more. Right. Now, tan 750 degrees equal to how much? Tan 750 degrees equal to how much? What do? Same like previous one. In the first step, you would have to divide the 750 degrees with 90 degrees. You know, 98 is 720. Now the remainder is 30 degrees. Now go here. Tan of, in the place of 750, what do you write? Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, this is the first step. Okay, you have to split 750 as like this. Why? How? With the help of this division. Okay, now hereafter 90 is a what kind of multiple of here 90 into 8 means this is an even multiple of 90, no? Because 90 we are multiplying with even number. Hence, it is even multiple. At even multiple, no changes will come in the ratio. Tan will come as tan. Angle is 30 degrees. Okay. Hereafter, what you have to think? Sine of tan in this quadrant. Okay. So now 750 belongs to which quadrant means what do? See here, how many 90s are there here? 8 90s. So 4 90s covered. Again come here, 8 90s. Okay, now 8 90s plus is given. Plus means it belongs to the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, don't see this ratio. See this ratio, given ratio. So tan is positive in the first quadrant, no? Put here plus. Okay, so you know tan 30 degrees 1 by root 3. Okay, if any angle is given, any ratio is given, first you have to divide with 90, then write like this and see whether it is odd multiple or even multiple and write result and think for the sign. Okay, right. Next, well, let us see one more. Secant, okay, 600. Secant 600. What do? So 600 degrees you have to Divide with 90. 96 the 540 degrees. Remainder is 60. Now go here. Secant of 90 degrees into 6 plus 60 degrees. Now even multiple of 90. No changes will come in the ratio. Secant only will come. Angle is 60 degrees. Now think for the sign. Okay, here 6 90s come like this. 4 90s covered. 5, 6. Plus given no? Plus means it belongs to the third quadrant. Now confirm the quadrant in which 600 belongs. So where does it belong? Q3. In Q3, how is the sign of secant? Negative. Okay, you know secant 60 is 2. So the result will be minus 2. Okay, right. Next, right, okay, in my previous classes, I taught to you this graphs of trigonometric functions, sine, cos and tan. There, okay, I gave you where that ratios are attaining maximum, where that ratios are attaining zeros. Okay, so for those values, please go through that class. So in which I gave you this kind of answers. Cos of n pi, which is equal to minus 1 whole power n. Okay, cos of n pi radius. Pi radius means 180 degrees. If you write n equal to 1, write here 1. Result will be minus 1 will come. If you put n equal to, where n belongs to integer. So cos of 2 pi radians means write n equal to 2. Minus 1 whole square, which becomes 1. You can answer this kind of questions. Okay, even sine 90 degrees is equal to 1. And similarly cos 270 degrees is equal to minus 1 will come. Okay, see for this values, please sine only, sine 270 is minus 1. Now to answer this kind of questions, observe the graph of sine, how it is varying, where that curve is attaining the maximum value, where it is attaining minimum value. Otherwise, with the help of this allied angles also you can answer to this question. So how you have to write this 270 degrees? You can write sine 180 degrees plus 90 degrees. This is easy. Then the graphs. Okay, sine 180 plus 90. So let it be theta. Now sine 180 plus theta is equal to sine theta only. Because 180 degrees is a even multiple of 90. Since sine will not change. So sine will come as sine, angle is 90. Next 180 plus means 290 is covered, plus means third quadrant. In the third quadrant, so sine is negative, right? Negative. Sine 90, 1. Before that minus is there, minus 1. You can answer like this. Okay. Suppose if you want cos 180 degrees. So this cos 180 you can split like this, 90 degrees plus 90 degrees. Now treat this as theta. Then it looks like cos 90 plus theta. Cos 90 plus theta is equal to minus sin theta. So theta is 90 degrees. As you know, sin 90 is 1. Before that minus sign is there, minus 1. So you can answer with the help of this allied angles also. Okay. Thank you.